Well, a very good afternoon to you. We are here at Randfontein on the West Rand at the Eskom headquarters, where members of the Protea Glen community came to try and get a resolution on the way forward of the power cuts they've been experiencing over the past few days. And to talk to us a little bit more about this is the community spokesperson, Phelelani Sibande, who was been speaking to Eskom officials. Thank you so much for speaking to us. What exactly did you discuss with the members here at Eskom?
Well, we have appealed to Eskom that can they have a compassion, because people have agreed that they have tampered with the electricity from Eskom. But the tampering, I need to explain this part of tampering. You see, it's not the same as when you tamper in other townships. In Protea, when you tamper with electricity, you buy an electricity of 100 Rand, which will give you a mileage of 200 Rand. But the person who created that market is Eskom employees. So we are saying to Eskom, in as much as we admit that our members are on the wrong side of the law, but you as Eskom have created that market for them, and when they are utilizing the market that you have created, now you are punishing them, and you are leaving your employees alone. Now, what is frustrating us the most is that people are agreeing that they are going to pay the penalty, which is 6,000. However, they want to pay it in installments because they cannot afford to pay it at once. Now, in the meantime, Eskom should then reconnect them while people are committing themselves that they are going to pay. I mean, Eskom is not bigger than SARS. SARS, when you have defaulted, SARS allows you to enter into agreement and you start paying in installments. That's exactly what people are saying here. Yeah. And I think that is reasonable. But then, of course, Eskom does not want to listen.
So in terms of a way forward, Eskom has not agreed to allow the community members to pay in installments. Are they completely against installment payment, or are they at least willing to come to the party?
Well, right now, as things stand, we are waiting for a regional manager, Kekana, who will be here, and we are hoping that when you negotiate with a person telephonically, it becomes difficult. But when you see each other sitting in one boardroom, maybe things will happen, sanity will prevail. But we are still confident that the community, in as much as the community is wrong, we are hoping that Eskom will find a way of some form of amnesty, to say, yes, they admit that they are wrong. Yes, it is our employees that have created this market which the community has utilized. Therefore, because they are willing to pay, let us at least find one another and pay on installments. We are hoping, we are confident.
And Sindane, there's quite a large police presence here. You've got quite a number of your community members here. What has the reception been to you from Eskom and from the police?
Well, both Eskom and police, the reception has been good because we are not vandalizing any property, we are not burning tires, and Eskom has also opened up their boardrooms. We've been negotiating with them in their boardroom, and there are members of SABC even in that meeting. And in fact, it's SABC that's intervened to say, Kakan, please come in, because we hear these people, what they are asking of you, it is reasonable. So we have been received very well.
But in your community, you have gone on the rampage. You've blocked roads, you've burnt rubber tires. What does that mean? Why are you doing that when your grievance is with Eskom and not with the broader community?
There's a statement that often goes like, injury, an injury to one is an injury to all. So all what we were doing in the morning was to get a maximum participation from the community, because even those who have not tampered with electricity, in fact, even those who have not been caught, we were saying to them, that because you have not been caught does not mean you haven't tampered with electricity. So let us, all of us, join, go and negotiate with Eskom so that we stop this thing of tampering. But part of our demands, we want a flat rate, because the Eskom tariffs are very, very unreliable, and we've got proof of that. They also admit themselves, and their reasoning is that there's what we call IPT. Their IPT was introduced during 2010 World Cup. In fact, during load shedding, because there was a scarcity of electricity. So they introduced this thing so that they can control the electricity. We are saying you have Gusile, you have Midupi. you have enough electricity that can cater for all of us. Remove these things of tariffs, because what led to people buying the electricity which they bought is because of these tariffs.
Okay. However, your protest for electricity still has affected business. It's affected kids from going to school. It's affected people from going to work. What do you have to say to that? Do you really think affecting the way business is done on a day-to-day basis is going to help you get the demands that you're looking for, in spite of the fact that you're looking at it from a point of an injury to one is an injury to all?
You cannot have business in an abnormal situation. When people don't have electricity, that's an abnormal situation. So you can't have business in an abnormal situation.
So where to now?
From here, as I've said, we are negotiating in good faith. But in the event all else falls apart, we hope for an intervention somewhere. I don't know where, but we are hoping for an intervention somewhere.
Are you still going to be vandalizing when you get back to the community?
Well, we haven't vandalized anything. That is why even police officers have not arrested or shot anyone. Well, banning rubber tire is not as equivalent to banning Eskom car, which we are capable of, but we are not going to do that.
All right, thank you very much. That was the community spokesperson for the Protea Glen community, giving us an update on their discussions with Eskom on the way forward in terms of getting electricity restored back to the community that's been affected with electricity cuts for the past 2 weeks.